The Nexus may be remembered as a united group of men who wreaked havoc on other wrestlers with gang-style attacks. But a closer examination of their group dynamics suggests that it's actually a story of men using psychological control, bondage, and sadistic punishments to express their concealed homoerotic desire for other wrestlers. This video explores how Wade Barrett and CM Punk succeeded in forcing strong men to submit to their authority and the homoerotic overtones of these relationships. Let's set the scene. Wade Barrett has just won the first season of NXT as a dominant force over his opponents. He salivated over the idea of taking down the biggest names in the WWE. And to do so, he decided to start a faction of his ex-competitors by convincing them to be loyal to him. Wade understood the power of a uniform to forge a group identity and shed individual characteristics. The uniform was crafted in Wade's own image, with sleek-looking pro trunks and black boots. But most noticeably, Nexus's black t-shirts served a dual function of displaying their emblem, while obscuring the upper body to draw more attention to their virile male packages and powerful leg muscles that they used to trample over anyone in their way. With the men geared up, Wade trained them to unleash their masculine power on unsuspecting wrestlers, on his command and his command alone. The Nexus boys demolished wrestlers in explosive releases that resembled gangbangs, which also infused them with a cocky sense of pride, as their defeated prey were forced to admire their prominent manhood and thighs from the cold hard floor. This forged the men's bond as teammates and brothers. But more importantly, it cemented Wade's status as the dominant leader, with 7 submissive men answering to his command. However, the one thorn in Wade's backside was the cocky peacock David Otunga, who thought too highly of himself to fully accept the authority of Master Wade. To put him back in line, Wade humiliated Otunga in front of the other Nexus boys, ordering him to lie down and submit to an enemy, so everyone can see the fate of a descending subordinate.
You made me lay down in front of everybody. You humiliated me.
As he was sent to prove his worth against Cena, Otunga endured utter annihilation, arching his back in pain and desperately screaming out for Master Wade. Wade could not hide his pleasure, relishing the sight of the disobedient Otunga moaning his name in desperation, writhing helplessly as his designer trunks rode up his backside. This tension showed us a glimpse of the intensely emotional relationship between Wade and Otunga, as Master Wade realized his fantasy of punishing an unfaithful sub. But Wade Barrett's cockiness ultimately could not keep his palace walls from cracking, as the Nexus boys got a taste of their own medicine, being cornered and facing embarrassing retaliatory beatdowns from the roster. When Wade himself became a victim of Cena's attacks, the humiliated Nexus men lost trust in the Master's ability to protect them.
Those trunks get any smaller, we're going to change the rating of the show.
The wrestlers, tired of answering to Drill Sergeant Wade, finally decided to show their backs to him one by one. Like a bad romance, their loyalty ended as they could no longer endure the abuse.
Turn around! I am ordering you to the ring!
Allowing the ex-leader to be humiliated by John Cena with no defense. As Nexus floundered without a leader, CM Punk saw an opportunity to swoop in. But little did the Nexus boys know that CM Punk would become an even more power-hungry and perverted master than Wade Barrett. Lacking the physically imposing stature of Wade, CM Punk resorted to psychological dominance by demanding that his submissives perform sadistic activities to show their loyalty. CM Punk planned humiliating hazings of the new members, licking his lips as he ordered Mcgillicutty's thick body to be crushed by his Nexus teammates for his viewing pleasure. He seemed to have a special desire for the smooth and brawny physique of Mcgillicutty, who had already traded his bright blue and green trunks for the black trunks, to show his loyalty to Nexus like a good boy. With Mcgillicutty's legs spread and bulge exposed to the camera from the hazing, one wonders if CM Punk was living out a homoerotic fantasy of dominating a thick corn-fed jock, expressing a suppressed desire masked as a wrestling beatdown. CM Punk then ordered Husky Harris to take his shirt off and submit himself to a BDSM-like humiliation of his flesh.
Take the shirt off.
Punk summoned the whip and lashed Harris's vulnerable back, turning it rosier with each strike. As Husky Harris buckled in pain and groaned with each lashing, CM Punk got more and more excited, and the scent of homosexual erotica filled the changing room, pushing the limits of male-on-male dominance displayed by the WWE.
Hold his arms, get him up.
But it appeared that CM Punk's ultimate obsession was with the all-star muscle hunk Randy Orton, a man whom he would struggle to take down himself, but certainly would be able to with an army of muscular men. Nexus cornered Randy in the dark backstage corridors to deliver a trademark gangbang-like attack. You can hear their enjoyment as they terrorized the Viper, standing over him as he gasped for air. The subs passed Randy over to Master Punk to deliver the final blow, and just like this, Randy's body was overpowered and laid to waste like a sacrifice to CM Punk. It wasn't long until Randy took his revenge for this degrading attack, as he took out the Nexus boys one by one with a measured punch to their thick necks. The rattled CM Punk, seeing that his protective army was crumbling, screamed at Randy to prevent his boys Mcgillicutty, Otunga, and Mason Ryan from being punted.
Do not punt him!
But he was forced to watch his favorite loyal submissive Mcgillicutty and his thick, powerful body be laid to waste. And at that moment, genuine emotion seemed to pour out of CM Punk. It was obvious that Punk intensely longed for the men he surrounded himself with after all, as he felt the stinging pain of seeing that his submissives were no longer at his own mercy, but at the mercy of Randy Orton's boot. With this humiliating defeat, Nexus was now on its last legs, each member limping in pain. David Otunga and Michael Mcgillicutty ultimately were the last to wave the Nexus flag, forming a duo as the athletic bros of the bunch, hoping to shake the public's memory of them as being another man's bitch.
I think that Otunga
I hope you enjoyed this deep analysis of the relationship between the men of Nexus. What did you think?